Hey everyone, it is your boy Jack here, and in today's video, I'm wearing a sweater vest. Because it's cold, but it's like not cold enough to actually wear the sleeves part of a sweater. So yeah, besides that, and me ranting about how cold it is in Canada, even though it's like a mild day today, in today's video, I'm going to be unboxing this. This is the January 2019 mystery mail call from Comic Tom 101. I got this like 2 weeks ago, but because life happens and everything, I haven't had time to unbox this. So in today's video, we're gonna unbox it, finally. For those of you who do not know, the Comic Tom Mystery Mail Call is a comic collector subscription box. So it's dedicated towards a comic collector, just rather than the comic reader. It includes 5 to 7 different comics, including 5 to 7 different comics, including one exclusive for the box, as well. It includes a print as well. Besides that, the Mystery Mail Call is a subscription box done by the Comic Tom 101 YouTube channel. If you haven't heard of them yet, you should probably check them out. It's a Comic Tom 101 is a channel focused on the comic collector. They talk about key comics and news that can impact comic collectors. They do this in a podcast format, and for me at least, I've subscribed to this channel since August 2019, or late August 2019, early September, around that time. And I really do like this channel. For me at least, it's sort of like a good news update for like nerdtainment, but at the same time, it's also really cool to see, sort of see and get highlighted some comics that like, that could potentially get some good hype or good collecting, but also some that are collecting and stuff. It's also like, for me, it's helped me sort of be a bit more aware of the comic collecting community and everything, and sort of the different ways to sell comics, or even the different ways that you like to collect comics, and the importance of different signatures and CGC and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, besides that, and me talking about this box and everything, let's just go and unbox it. So at the back here, I gotta shout it out here. They have the little geek responsibly thing. It's one of their sort of catchphrases for the channel, or like when they sign off and everything, and I really like that. And also, let me just shout out this box for a minute. Like, I don't know if you can see this, but like, there is such a great level to detail. And being like somebody who's ordered enough subscription boxes and complained about the fact that like, they all look so basic, this is like beautiful. This is like the Mona Lisa of subscription boxes, just based off of the damn box alone. So let's just jump into it. Rip off the tape off the back here. We got the comics here, sort of slid out there. I'm gonna drop the box on the ground. I'll deal with it later. And then you got the comics coming in a lovely black bag and everything. So let's take them out and take a look at what keys I got. These are all the comics. Let's take a look at them. So comic number 1 here, it is this one. Ooh, so this is Batman Detective Comics. Look at that cover. Oh, I love all that red. Ooh, it's nice. I like it. Let me take a look at it over here. So this is Countdown to 1,000. It's Batman Detective Comics issue number 999. Obviously, this is like a recent comic. This came from, I know recently, as of last year, they hit the 1,000 issue mark for Detective Comics and everything. And it's like a big thing and everything. And yeah, I really like it. This cover is pretty sick though too. I'll show you sort of back at it again. You can see there's a great level of detail here. I'll do a recap section to sort of tell you why it's important, but you can tell, okay, there's like red everywhere. You got the Joker's faces all over in the background. It says a Doom Child right here, and it's sort of Batman in a child pose and everything. So I can guess that this comic is somewhat significant because it's leading up to the 1,000th issue of Batman Detective Comics. This is the one before it, and everything. I remember the last name here, Tomasi. I forget the guy's first name, but I believe King's writing it now. So I think he's a couple before, or 2 or 3 before the current writer. So it's sort of cool. I like that. And it's also got to say, it comes in mint condition, has a has sort of like a stamp here saying like, okay, this is a company and everything, and it's sort of peel off, like it's not taped at the back of the bag, it's sort of sealed adhesively, which is like my favorite kind of bags. So yeah, moving forward to the next one here, comic number 2. It is this one. Ooh, okay, this is an oldie, but it looks like a goodie. It's so light though too, it's crazy. Oh my goodness. So this is Marvel Saga. And everything. It looks like it's a space one and everything. Let's take a look at it. It is the Marvel Saga. It is inside more in the X-Men and X-Factor Origins. You have on here, you got Spider-Man, you got Dr. Octopus, you got Cyclops here on the cover, or like on the sort of like, title card and stuff. It is, you got Doc Ock, you got the Thing, you got Cyclops, you got the Wasp and everything. The Marvel Saga here, this what's partially, just looking at the cover, what makes this comic important is this is the official history of the Marvel Universe. In the recap section, I'll actually sort of recap on why they're keys and everything and do the research there. So yeah. The next one here, comic number 3, it is this one. Ooh, and this is the Mighty Thor. Ooh, this is cool. I like it. What I really like about this cover is the use of color and everything just initially. You can see that like, okay, you've got the sort of main primary colors on like a really light lavender purple background. It looks really cool. It's really nice and everything. So yeah, let's take a look at the comic and stuff, or let me take a look at the comic. So this is the Mighty Thor and everything. It is issue number 378, came out in April. It is 75 cents US, 95 cents Canadian, approved by the Comic Code Authority. And I don't think this is Thor. Don't quote me. I know I'm a stupid person when it comes to comics, because I consider myself a new comic nerd. But believe this sort of looks like Black Knight, but it isn't Black Knight. I'm not sure. Don't quote me. Recap section is going to be where it's at, 100%. So yeah, but I really like this cover. It sort of looks like the Black Knight or whatever, who, like, aka the guy who Kit Harington's playing in the Eternals. But I like this cover. I think it's really cool as well. And then, like, once again, like, I love the packaging that they use. It's just like, it's good quality, like, for the bag and board. So yeah, moving forward to the next one here, comic number 4. It is this one. Ooh, okay, so this is the Avengers. You got Submariner in there. You got, like, this is like an older sort of, it looks like 90s, maybe late 80s, early 90s as well. Let's just take a look at it. So this is the Avengers, and it begins here for X-Factor, and what lurks within the cocoon right here. Maybe Adam Warlock, who knows. In this comic here, you have Captain America, you got Black Knight, aka Kit Harington's character here as well. What else you got? You got the Submariner, you got Hercules, and everything. And yeah, that's this key issue. I don't know why it's a key issue, but that's what the recap section is for. I'm sorry, I feel sort of bad that I don't know any of... this is a hard part about this box, because it's like, I really like that, like, okay, they're gonna be a bit higher priced comics, or like, I would assume they're gonna be higher priced, or like, to a certain extent, like, they're putting them in the box for a reason. It's just, for me, I don't know a lot more about older comics. I know a bit more about recenter comics, so yeah. Moving forward here, we got the print here from Esslinger Art Gallery. Now, I'm not like a huge fan of prints, but I like I don't mind the prints and everything. There's something that's sort of nice in the box. This is one from Esslinger Art, or Kevin Esslinger. He has his website here. This is a limited edition print, so I'm 1195 out of 2000. And if you want to check him out, he's at kevinslinger.com. I really like this. This is obviously Null, the symbiote god. One of the reasons why I was sort of okay with this print, or okay with getting this box, is because, look, this print's really cool. I really like it. And at the same time, it is, what makes it really cool too is just like, okay, getting out of Absolute Carnage and everything, and like reading some of Venom and everything, and some of the tie-ins surrounding Absolute Carnage. I really like this, and like I think it's such a cool print, and even like sort of looking at it for myself here, like it's really cool. I love the level of detail. I really love the ink splatters on here as well, and I think that's what really makes this box, or like makes this such a cool print, and even like sort of the details in the face as well. So I like the print. I think it's really cool. Yeah, no, I think it's really cool. I give it a thumbs up. But I don't know, like the only thing I'd say about prints is just like on the other half of it is just like what do you do with prints necessarily? Like you could probably get it signed and stuff, and then probably get it framed or something for like a collector thing, but I don't know, like that's just me. Moving forward to our second last comic here, let's take a look at it. Ooh, so this is GI Combat. This is, it looks like a DC comic, and I like this cover. It has like sort of like a movie poster-esque kind of cover, if you get what I'm saying, like just with sort of like the face behind like the two people fighting. GI Combat is it looks like it's like an origin of, let's take a look back here. Origin of Kana, the Night Shadow Warrior, and plus Boy in a Bomber, the AWOL Army. And the Haunted Tank that charges between the Saint and the Panzer. This is more than 40 pages, and it's a big war book. It cost $125, and it came out in April. And Joe Kubert did the cover, and it's issue number 264. I really like this though. There's part of me, for me at least, where it's like, okay, having like a 80s style, or like there's part of me where it's like I love like sort of like the 80s style covers and everything, because they're so different from like today's kind of covers or today's art styles, or how comics are presented at least. So I really like when like seeing sort of older covers and everything. It sort of like warms my heart, or there's just like a deep fascination with it and everything. So moving forward here to our last comic here, the one I've sort of been saving because like I wanted to like save the best for last. It's the reason why I got the mystery mail call. It is the Comic Tom 101 exclusive. Let's take a look. Ooh, it looks so nice. So this is Thor issue number 1. It's a Donny Cates run. It's a one that like sort of low-key killed the Guardians of the Galaxy run. But this is such a sick cover. I'm really excited. I haven't read Thor yet. I'm probably just going to pick it up after, like literally after this video. I think I'm just going to pick it up off of Comixology and just read it. But ooh, this like Comic Tom 101 exclusive cover is sick. So you got Thor like about to hammer Iron Man there. I think that's, out of all the reasons that I've out of all the reasons that I was thinking about getting this cover and everything, having two sort of Avengers fighting each other was probably the main reason. Now this is an In-Hook Lee variant as well, and I believe it's probably limited to about 2,000 and everything, but I love this cover. I think it's so cool. I love the white. It's not like, it focuses on the two characters, and I really like it. I think it just looks so cool. Like, you have like the classic Thor, you have like, even like the Thor logo up here is just so cool. Sorry, I'm like getting transfixed with this cover right now. And like I think like part of me where like when I looked at this cover, there's this one cover, like I think it's like one of the grails I sort of want to get low key. It's like the Disney, or I think it's like the Marvel 1000 like Disney variant or whatever, or D23 variant. That's what it is, and it has like sort of, I'll post it on screen right now, but it's like Mickey with like I think it's like Iron Man, Spider-Man, Thor and like a couple more of the Avengers, like Black Widow and stuff. And it's such a cool variant. Like one of the reasons why I wanted to get this cover is purely because it sort of reminded me of that, and I'm like, yo, I sort of want to relive that experience low key. But yeah, that's basically it. Those are all the comics in the box. Besides that, they just sort of have a little slip in here saying that they're changing up the shipping and everything. They're just shipping it all together by the 22nd of the month and everything. And then here there is a recap section with the other sort of print. I like it. It's Miles Morales, obviously. Everyone, welcome to the recap section. In this part of the video, I'm going to be taking a look at all the comics from the January mystery mail call, and I'm going to be determining why these comics were put into the box, and also sort of why I like their price and maybe the importance of the comic itself. Now, before we go into the recap section, though, I just wanted to mention some of the websites that I used to help determine the value of the comics. So I've used the following websites. So I've used eBay, Key Collector Comics, as well as mycomicshop.com to help determine the value. And when it comes to finding additional information of what's in the story or what makes a comic important, I use the following websites for research. I use fandom.com, Wikipedia, and YouTube. Now, let's take a look at these comics and find out why these comics are keys or are significant. So, comic number 1, it is Avengers number 263. This comic is important since it's a lead up to Jean Grey's confrontation with the Fantastic Four in issue number 286, and her team up in X Factor number 1. A smaller reason why this comic may be important is it is one of many comics that includes the villain Scourge killing many Marvel villains. Besides that, this comic is valued between $5 to $7 in raw form and goes up to $150 for a 9.8 CGC grade comic. Next up is comic number 2. It is G.I. Combat number 264. This comic features 4 stories called The Origin of Kana, the Night Shadow Warrior, The Boy in the Blue Bomber, the AWOL Army, and the Haunted Tank charges between the Saint and the Panzer. Besides that, there's no information about the story in the comic, but the comic is retailed between $5 to $20 depending on the grade. Next up is comic number 3. It is a Marvel Saga issue number 9. Now, this comic is interesting since the comic is a condensed version of the Marvel moments from the first 25 years. It has appearances of multiple characters from many areas, including the Spider-Man universe to the X-Men. Now, this comic goes between $2 and $15 depending on the grade, or if you have a Canadian price variant, which would list the comic at $1.25 instead of $1, it would be worth around $4 in a very good condition. Up next here, it is comic number 4. It is The Mighty Thor, issue number 378. Now, I love this classic cover, but the comic is really cool because it has Iceman fighting frost giants in Asgard. And this comic features Thor's new armor, which is something that he has to transport from Earth and bless with Mjolnir in order to defeat the frost giants. That's why this comic is important. Now, the comic is priced at $3 to $10, which sort of sucks because knowing that this box is meant to be for the collector, it sort of feels like you're getting comics that are less well known. With that being said, we got 2 more comics to recap here in this box. So let's take a look at the next one. Batman Detective Comics, issue number 999. Yes, this is a comic before the 1000th issue of Detective Comics, so it's obvious why it's in the box. Now, doing research on this comic, I found a recap video of this comic, and I gotta say, it's awesome. It has a really great structure. The story building from Batman's character definitely is something I've considered reading, and if you haven't read it yet, something that you may want to consider reading. This comic has a lot of potential for it to gain value since it's recent and is tied to comics such as Batman Year One and is the lead up to the 1000th issue in the series. Now, this is a regular cover, which is awesome, and I love it, but the value of the comic ranges from $5 to $65 for a 9.6 grade at most. Moving forward to our last comic here is the Comic Tom 101 exclusive Thor issue number 1. This comic is exclusive to this box, and it is done by In-Hyuk Lee. And I believe this is a limited to 2,000 copy run, and it is the first Marvel exclusive cover to this box. It is also the first comic in the Donny run of the Thor series. So yeah, lots of firsts for this box, to say the least. Now, this comic is valued at $3 to $30 depending on the grade. Overall, though, I love this cover. It is sick. Like, the level of detail is awesome, and I love the pairing of the two characters on this white background. It just pops. So now you know all the comics in this month's box, and I gotta say, for the first time subscribing, I don't think this box is horrible. I really like the box design, the shipping's on time and quick, and the items are well packaged. I just wish that some of the comics like the GI Combat could be changed from this box. I say this since GI Combat is something that doesn't have a lot of data on it, so how would I know the importance of the value of the comic besides the cover? And I know people may say that, oh well, like if you go and look inside the comic and stuff, and you may find some important details there, but I don't really want to damage the comic by looking into it and everything. Either way though, take a look at the comic of the week, Undiscovered Country issue number 1, and why it's so awesome down below in the description. The main reason why I did that comic is because there was an exclusive to that box a couple months ago. It was the one that sort of got me interested in this box. Besides that though, let me know what your favorite comic is from this box down below in the pinned comment, and what was your favorite key in your collection. Besides that though, bye, have a good night. Thanks so much for watching this recap, and yeah.